Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about typecasting in C++. So typically, you'll do typecasting if you want to convert one variable type to another variable type. So let's just make a simple program. I'm going to have to include IOStream here, and then our main function. And then inside, I'm going to create a variable called float. Say my float equals 1.2, for example. So let's say you want to cast that into an int. So you could do int, my int equals int. So this parentheses int parentheses is how you would explicitly cast your variable type to int. So then I could put my float in here. So if I go to debug and run this code, you see my variable. So if I hover over my float, you see that it's of type float. And then if I hover over my int, it's of type int. So that confirms that the conversion successfully worked. And then there's other ways to do it too. You could use what's called static cast. So let me end the debug mode. You can see if I do int my int2, for example, I could do static underscore cast, and then inside I could put the variable type and then put my float in here. So that's another way you could do it. And that's using it's like a function style way of casting. There's other types of casting terms here that you'll see later on. But for now, we could just worry about some of the simple case. Some of the ones later on will deal with like classes and things that are more complicated that we'll talk about later on. And then there's also what's called the implicit casting. So that will automatically convert it without you having to explicitly specify it like you do here. So the other way is you could do like my int3 equals, and you just type my float. So this by default, because this type here is an int, it'll just convert your float here to int. So we could verify this by debugging. So if you debug this and hover over it, you can see this is an int. That's also an int, and then this was an int from before. Okay, so that is how you do typecasting in C++. So if you found this video helpful, give a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.